Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Colonel Christopher Lepack will now deliver the invocation.
I invite you to pray with me. Our dear Heavenly Father, we gather this morning just outside our national capital to celebrate a consecrated continuum. We glorify you for extending to us the high calling to serve our nation in uniform. We consider it a sacred duty that requires a resolute commitment to the transcendent values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. In accordance with Title V U.S. Code 3331 and Title 10 U.S. Code 502, we have sworn an oath to support and defend our precious Constitution and to obey the orders of the President of the United States and the officers appointed over us, and we will. So help us God. We are forever grateful to the past 20 Chief Master Sergeants of the Air Force for leading us in this endeavor. From that watchful eye, scanning the horizons of challenge and lifting the enlisted force through tempests of trial. Their voices have echoed in the halls of power, advocating for the weary watchstander, the midnight mechanic, and the frontline innovator. Today, with our whole hearts, we welcome the 21st Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, David Wolfe, and his wife, Danielle. As he assumes this mantle of responsibility, grant unto him the humility of Moses, the courage of David, and the wisdom of Solomon. As he advises the stewards of our nation's sword and shield, encourage him that every policy he champions and every enlisted voice he amplifies is a thread in the tapestry of freedom. Under the leadership of General Wilsbach and Chief Wolfe, may our United States Air Force rise, ready and resilient, providing peace through strength. For your glory, I pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force, General Kenneth Wilsbach.
Well, good morning, everybody. What a great day. I'd like to start off thanking the Honor Guard, the Air Force Band, the singing sergeants. Weren't they amazing? How about a round of applause for that? Wow, they sounded great. As well as the chaplain. Chaplain, thanks for praying for us. It's important. Thank you. Well, like I said, good morning, everybody. It's really an honor to be presiding over this ceremony today to install Chief Wolfe as our CMSAF, our newest CMSAF. And it certainly is a privilege for me to be able to preside over this ceremony. I would like to take this time to thank our leadership, President Trump, Secretary CMSAF, also esteemed members of Congress, Secretary Mink, and Undersecretary Lohmeyer, who are here today. Thank you, sirs, for being here. Also, Chairman Kane, Siak Isam, who's here, I think, today somewhere, hopefully. Thank you, Siak. Good to see you. And also his wife, Katrina, is here. Katrina, thanks for coming. And then there's a number of MAGCOM commanders that are here, as well as their command chiefs. And we really appreciate all of the leadership of the list that I just read off, and we really appreciate everyone's support. And of course, all those who are in attendance here, thank you for being here. I do want to acknowledge Danielle, first off. You're the foundation of the Wolfe family, and it's so good of you to be here. And I think back about all the way back to F.E. Warren Air Force Base when you all got together to now. What an amazing team you've been. You've been a tireless advocate for airmen and families, and you've done that while balancing your family and your career. You have a beautiful family, and you've sustained all that while being an enlisted spouse yourself. Chief Wolfe's had an extraordinary career, and he has you to thank for that in part, for sure. But your fingerprints are all over that, and we just appreciate your passion for airmen and families. Cindy and I love you so much, and we're so grateful for you being here. And you know, just like all of us, that you were on your way to retirement, setting up the house in Ohio, and you got a call from me. And I just want to thank you for being willing to be the CMSAF's spouse. Well, also, everybody, the Wolfes have a few close family members and friends here. Well, let me be more accurate. About half of this crowd is close family members and friends. And no one rises to the level that Chief Wolfe is without support. And certainly you have supported him with friendship and mentorship and, most importantly, love along the way. And so I would like to have everybody, first of all, applaud Danielle, as well as the Wolfe family and friends. Well, this ceremony is historic in its own right because in the entire history of the United States Air Force, there's only been 20 previous Chief Master Sergeants of the Air Force, and Chief Wolfe will be the 21st. And so out of millions who have served, 21. So it's an elite group. It's an elite group, and Chief Wolfe is well deserving. We'll get to that here in a second. The Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force holds a unique role, not only as the advisor to the CSAF, but also as an advocate for our airmen. The expectations are high. Leadership that inspires empathy, energy that never runs out, a work ethic that motivates and raises the standard for all senior enlisted leaders across the force. The CMSAF must be laser focused on ensuring that we can create, develop, and retain airmen we need to fly and fix so our Air Force can deter any adversary. And if that deterrence fails, these same airmen must be ready to fight and win. Before I welcome our new CMSAF, I want to take a moment to offer our deepest thanks and gratitude to CMSAF Flosi, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. I'm sure he's watching, and so I just want to acknowledge that. He spent his entirety of his tenure improving our airmen by emphasizing the need for a warfighting focus. His prioritization of comprehensive fitness and high standards set the bar for mental, physical, and spiritual toughness. His dedication to our airmen and stewardship of the office left a lasting impact. He served with integrity, humility, and grit. And on behalf of the grateful Air Force, Chief Flosi, thank you. We continue to be in our thoughts and prayer, and we wish you all the best. Would you join me in an applause for Chief Flosi? Now let's talk a little bit about Chief Dave Wolfe. Many who raise their right hand, Chief comes with a lineage of service. His father served in the Army Air Corps during World War II and then transitioned the United States Air Force when it was established in 1947. That heritage matters. It's a part of the thread that binds generations of airmen to a cause bigger than themselves. Chief didn't join the Air Force because he lacked options. He joined it because, and I'll quote here, didn't want to waste his time, unquote. College could wait, he reasoned, and he wanted to serve. His plan was to do one enlistment and then move on. That likely would have happened if it had not been for Danielle, who saw the best in him long before he saw it in himself. Chief Wolfe started out as a security forces airman at F.E. Warren Air Force Base, where he was an alarm response team member, and continued at other bases like Ramstein and Naples and Elmendorf before he started getting promoted. Early Dave found out that some of the great people that he got to serve with, which is why he stayed, helped him, like Gary Langford, his first chief, who's here today. Where are you at, Gary? All right, thanks for being here. Thanks for mentoring. And also his first chief, Gary Kelly. Where's Gary? I think he's here today somewhere. Over there. Great job, sir. Great job. Chief will tell you that none of this was an accident. There was a plan, there was a purpose behind all of this. His faith formed and continues to remain the central pillar of his life. And that grounding constantly shows in every role he's held. Along the way, he held a record of performance that speaks for itself, eventually serving with us at 11th Air Force, PACAF, and Air Combat Command as our command chief. At every echelon, Chief Wolfe stood out as a leader among his peers. He learned from exceptional senior non-commissioned officers and eventually became a gifted senior NCO himself. He developed airmen wherever he went. He left a lasting impact, a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little more confident in what that unit could do and what they could accomplish. He upheld and strengthened the proud tradition of Air Force NCOs who formed the backbone of our service. And what stands out most to me and what gives me absolute confidence in him as the next CMSAF is that Chief Wolfe is, and at his core, an airman devoted to making other airmen better, including me. He embodies character, courage, humility, and willingness to fight for what matters. The United States Air Force has always been the world's greatest because of our airmen. They are the foundation of combat power, our credibility, and our ability to win our nation's wars. There is no better exemplar for enlisted airmen, and there is no better person to serve as our most senior enlisted leader than Chief Wolfe. As I mentioned earlier, Chief Wolfe was on his way to retirement, and when I asked him to come back to the Air Force as our most senior leader, enlisted leader, he and Danielle both agreed to continue serving. Can anybody say service before self? They're embodied. They're embodied in that core. And I'm just so thankful for them. I'm thankful for their dedication and their support and their friendship. Chief, I'm thrilled to have you as my teammate. Once again, I can't wait to see what you're going to accomplish. The future for our enlisted force is bright, and you will be instrumental in shaping that. Congratulations to you and the entire Wolfe family. Let's make it official. Thank you, everybody.
In an honored tradition, Chief Master Sgt. David R. Wolfe's spouse, Dr. Danielle Wolfe, and their grandchildren Chandler, Donovan, and Isaiah, escorted by their daughter Irish, will now present Chief Wolfe his new service dress coat, bearing the insignia of his new position as the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. In the late 1960s, Congressman L. Mendel Rivers, chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, initiated hearings about changing the enlisted promotion system. Congressman Rivers believed all of the services should have a top senior enlisted person, so he introduced a bill that would mandate the appointment of a senior non-commissioned officer by each branch of service. In 1967, General John P. McConnell, Air Force Chief of Staff, selected Chief Master Sergeant Paul W. Airy to serve as the first Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. 20 chiefs have since held this highest enlisted level of leadership. While the responsibilities for the position have evolved over the years, one aspect has remained constant. The Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force represents the Air Force and its interests to the American public and to all levels of government. The position serves as a personal advisor to the Chief of Staff and the Secretary of the Air Force on all issues regarding the readiness, welfare, and proper utilization of the force. Today, the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force leads more than 600,000 total force airmen. General Wilsbach will now exchange the service cap device bearing the insignia of Chief Wolfe's new position as the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. On behalf of the men and women of the United States Air Force, General Wilsbach's spouse, Mrs. Cindy Wilsbach, will now come forward to present Dr. Danielle Wolfe with flowers as a warm welcome to the Air Force leadership team. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the posting of the colors. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the 21st Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, David Wolfe.
Thank you so much. As we were walking back to our seat, I said to Danielle, "Pray that I don't cry." And she said, "I'm praying you do." So here we go. We'll see which one happens. Today, I'm honored to accept responsibility to serve as your 21st Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. Chaplain LePack, thank you so much for blessing today's event. Our weekly sessions at PACAF had a profound impact on me, and I thank you for that. Thank you to the staff of the Office of the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. Your grace and professionalism during an emotional and unexpected transition amidst lots of unknowns has exemplified resilience and professionalism and has been such a blessing to me and Danielle. Thank you to Colonel O, Chiefs Wynn and Helms for being such generous hosts, the protocol team, the many volunteers, and many others who had a hand in making today's ceremony a success. I know it is a heavy lift, and I'm sincerely grateful. Secretary Mink, Undersecretary Lohmeyer, your presence has had an immediate impact on the United States Air Force. Thank you both for your leadership and unwavering commitment to our airmen and guardians. We also have members here on behalf of Congresswoman Spartz and Congresswoman Baldwin in attendance. Your support to our airmen does not go unnoticed. To my fellow MAJCOM chiefs that are here with us today, it's a true privilege to get to continue to serve with you, and I look forward to what we're going to be able to accomplish over the next few years. General Wilsbach, thank you for your continued trust, your friendship, as we continue to serve airmen and build a stronger Air Force together. You have single-handedly redefined. There it is. What a command team is, as you and Cindy have integrated Danielle and I into your lives. And we're so honored to continue this journey with you. Okay, I can't cry when I talk about the Navy SEAL, SEAC Isom. It's an honor to serve with you for the 4th consecutive time to the enlisted men and women of the Joint Force. I promise you we're in good hands with SEAC Isom at the helm. Thank you for being here. To our international partners, thank you for coming today. I look forward to building and strengthening our partnerships while working toward our common interests and goals. Danielle, you're unstoppable. You're perfect in every way. You've been my greatest source of strength, judgment, wisdom. The Air Force is so lucky to continue to benefit from your passion, integrity, and dedication. None of this is possible without you serving alongside me. And when I say the Air Force has given me everything, I mean it. Because if I had not joined the Air Force, I would have never met you, and to me, that's everything. Thank you so much. To my great children here in attendance today, Dave, you're the best dog sitter that's ever lived. Logistically, we could not do this job without you. Thank you so much for coming. Shane, I'm so proud of the wife and mother you are to Donnie, Chandler, and Harlow. You and Kurt are a power couple and amazing parents. Mike, you're a great example to me, and I appreciate your drive and ingenuity. Most of all, though, I appreciate what a great husband you are to Yahira and a father to Isaiah and Anira. Thank you. My baby girl, Irish, I couldn't be more proud of you. You've been there for so many of my best moments, and I know there will be many more. And I'm so glad that Chase and you could be here. To my sisters, Linda, Jackie, and Terry, my brothers-in-law, Rick and Bob, a retired Marine who encouraged me to join the Air Force, and in fact wouldn't let me join the Marines 34 years ago. Thank you for being here. It means a lot. And I know Dad is happy to see us here together. The Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force chevron bears the insignia in the center of the Great Seal of the United States. Since the days of the U.S. Army Air Corps, that seal has been worn by the enlisted airmen on their service cap. But that's not the only seal that I wear on my uniform. Years ago, my late brother Jim gave me some of my dad's uniform items. Since then, I've worn an extra seal on the inside of my jacket, the one that belonged to my late father, Staff Sergeant Thomas Robert Wolfe. He served in the U.S. Army Air Corps and was among the first airmen to forge a new service on 18 September 1947. In his duties as a combat photographer, he was one of the first to document the aftermath of the atomic bombs. Dad didn't just capture history, he made it. His service is part of the proud heritage and legacy of valor that we pledge to honor as airmen. But family isn't just what you were born into. It's also, in this case, what the Air Force has given us. There are many longtime friends and mentors here, and I would like to recognize a few of them for the impact that they've had on my life, both personally and professionally. My very first Air Force friend, Mark Shipman, his wife Carmen are here. Thank you for coming. Mark and I were in the delayed enlistment program in the same hometown, processed MEPS at the same time, went to F.E. Warren Air Force Base at the same time, in the same career field, and were stationed together a couple times over our career. Thank you so much for being here. The boss mentioned my very first supervisor, Gary Langford, is here. How crazy is that, that I get to still have a relationship with the person who molded me from the beginning. His wife, Erin, is with him. Gary, thank you for giving me the foundation I needed to have a chance. Your kindness knows no bounds. My first chief. For the security forces folks in the audience, you know him, Gary Kelly. He's a legend in our career field. And he didn't give up on me and taught me really what a second chance looks like. Thank you so much for being here. Retired 5-time Command Chief Tim Carroll is here with us today. Thank you so much for coming. Your ability to turn vision into reality is something I've been trying to replicate for 20 years. Thank you so much for your mentorship and for being a true. John Turner and his wife Jeray is here. John was my supervisor. Later, he was my first sergeant. John told Danielle that I was selected for promotion to Master Sergeant before I knew. She loves that story still. I value your friendship, even though you are, for sure, a slightly below average fisherman. Retired Command Chief Gay Veal, timing in life is absolutely everything, and your deliberate decisions and sacrifices played no small role in today's event. Thank you, Gay, for being here. These are just a few. I could literally take up the entire day if I was going to recognize all of the family and friends that are here with us today. We are so blessed to have your positive impact and friendship. It is because of you that we step into this role with the kind of determination and conviction one reserves for a vow to their family. From Paul Airy, who made history as the first ever Chief Master Sergeant in the Air Force, to the 19 who've come after him, the role of Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force is a lifetime commitment, and I'm honored to be part of this legacy. Your former Chief Master Sergeants of the Air Force are still serving and giving back to our airmen every day. Leaders like Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Finch, Roy, and Wright, who are in attendance today. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate the legacy that you've built, and I'm committed to honoring it. To Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force number 20, my friend Dave Flosi, you promised to set conditions for our airmen to be successful, and you did just that. Danielle and I wish you nothing but the best in the next chapter, and you will continue to be in our thoughts and prayers. Today is a profound experience. I know I have big shoes to fill. As every past Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force knows, this job demands decisive leadership. At its most essential level, leadership is about a responsibility to serve others. When any one of us accepts that responsibility to serve another, regardless of our rank, we exercise leadership. Every member of our team needs to have an opportunity to become a master of their craft. It's our job to ensure the conditions exist for them to be able to do so. We owe it to our teams to give clear guidance where needed and get out of the way and allow them to execute. Whatever your role may be, turning wrenches, defending the base, analyzing intelligence, managing logistics, or executing any of the hundreds of vital missions that make up our United States Air Force, you matter. Your work is essential to defending this great nation and preserving our national defense. I promise you, your Chief of Staff and I are committed to advocating for the resources you need to accomplish the mission. As General Wilsbach stated in his first letter to the force, every airman in every AFSC supports the two most important things we do, fly and fix aircraft. If we want to continue to project world-class air power, we have more work to do for the airmen on the ground. Our airmen deserve better than to solve problems that wouldn't exist if they were properly equipped. Like our defenders, where I got my start, who secure our bases, flight lines, and missile silos, or those magician maintainers whose 12-hour shifts are sometimes more like 16. They stay late, sacrificing time away from loved ones to make sure the job is done well, regardless of the climate, the conditions, or the circumstance. I've seen this incredible level of professionalism and dedication time and time again. The sun never sets on the mission and consequently on our airmen. Their incredible dedication and continued sacrifices deserve the best, and I promise to dedicate my tenure and my time to doing better. We owe you better equipment, more parts, and more resources to defend our nation, fix our aircraft, and generate the air power that we need. For all of our airmen, we will focus on ensuring you have the training opportunities you need to remain the best in the world. We will tackle things that matter to our airmen. We will continue to work on operational effectiveness, force development, and family well-being. Great work has been done on these, but more is needed. We will work together to develop lasting solutions that build on what's working and fix what's been lacking. And then when everyone tells us we can't do it and it can't be done, we'll do what we always do, find a way. No team wins a championship with easy practices or mediocre standards. Holding each other accountable is the hallmark of a winning organization, and we owe each other that accountability every day. Standards are not just benchmarks. Standards are statements of a belief in what we are capable of. We have more work to do on quality of life for our airmen and their families, from health care to housing and spouse employment to child care. We have our sights set on taking care of airmen on and off duty. Just because these are complex problems does not mean they are impossible. The most satisfying things in life are earned through collective struggle. But there's one thing I firmly believe every airman deserves, and that's outstanding leadership that cares about who they are and sincerely and relentlessly helps them reach their goals. That's the standard for leadership in this Air Force. We will not reach peace through strength with mediocrity. Whether deterring aggression or delivering decisive effects, we will be ready. What makes us strong is our shared commitment to this mission. Every maintenance action, every training sortie, and every support function matters because they're all integral to this singular purpose, projecting air power when our nation calls. I am honored to serve alongside you as your 21st Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. May God bless each and every one of you, the United States Air Force, and may God bless America. Thank you.
The United States Air Force Honor Guard will now pass in review in honor of Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Wolfe. It is customary for the senior official to receive the pass in review. However, in this ceremony, General Wilsbach has deferred this honor to the 21st Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. As a reminder, everyone should stand as the colors pass before them, and military members in uniform should salute. The men and women of the United States Air Force extend a warm welcome to Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force and Dr. Wolfe. Please rise and remain standing and join us in the singing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. This concludes this morning's ceremony. Please join General and Mrs. Wilsbach in congratulating Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force and Dr. Wolfe in the receiving line in the middle of the hangar. There will be a reception immediately following on the left side of the hangar. Please remain at your seats until an usher directs you to depart. Thank you for your patience, and we wish you a pleasant day.